Living in Liberty with Peewee. This is Peewee here. Well, here it is election time, and maybe you're viewing this and the election process is already completed for the spring. And let me just ask you a couple of questions. When you voted, I hope you did vote, but when you voted, did you go into the voting booth and vote with biblical convictions? Did you do that? Whether it was yesterday, a week, or a month ago, whenever you voted, did you vote with some biblical convictions? If you're a Christian, let me ask you, did you go into the voting booth thinking, you know what, I need to vote with biblical convictions? These candidates or platforms, did you vet these people, or at least to investigate, see what they're about, who they are, and what their position is on some certain things? You say, Brother Jason, I don't know if that really matters or not. It does matter. And I do know that some candidates that they'll say they're for the family, they're pro-life, all these different things, and they'll have some core values that maybe you share. I know there's times that people get elected into office and then you find out later that they said they had those values, but they really don't when it comes down to policy and how they lead. And then there's some people that surprise you. They get in office and they have some values that you have, and you're pleasantly surprised. But then you have some candidates that just straight up, based on what they're saying, that they don't regard the Bible or the Lord at all when it comes to marriage, pro-life issues, or in their terms, it'd be that they would believe pro-choice. And they just have no qualms about it. They don't really believe the Bible should play a role in it at all. That should be a pretty easy thing for you and I as a Christian to cast our vote when we have candidates that are clearly anti-biblical. That should be a pretty easy thing for you and I to navigate on election days. But how did you vote? Did you take your biblical convictions into the voting booth with you? I'm not saying did you carry open Bible like here. No, I'm saying, did you take it in your heart? Did you take biblical conviction in your heart and walk into that booth and cast your vote? Now, I get there's some people that you and I don't know, some of the different types of leaders that are in the state that maybe they didn't spend a lot of time advertising in our area. So I get sometimes it's like a blind thing. You're just in there kind of hitting it. I understand that a little bit, but we should do our due diligence to try to investigate these people. We have a fair enough warning about it that we could, investigate their core values. I do know this, that sometimes we feel like that our voices can't be heard, but we need to remember we live in the United States of America, and that this is a government of we the people. We have an opportunity to vote and cast a vote and elect people. We have an ability to elect people into office that share our values. And if they said they did and they don't, then the next time we vote, we know how to change our vote. But we can affect things. We really can. And I know there's times it feels like that the system is too big and we really can't, our vote really won't matter. It does matter. It matters. And here's one of the reasons why it matters. The Lord living within you, if you're a saved person, you're indwelt with the Holy Spirit, He knows if you voted for some people, basically just because you like them. He knows if you voted for them because they truly do have some core values, some values that relate to society that line up with the Bible. He knows if that's your motivation for voting. He knows if you simply just voted for a platform because your grandparents did. He knows that. And He'll know that there's no good reason to vote. Yeah, every one of us are individuals. We need to go vote based on the convictions we have, and I hope that we have biblical convictions as we go vote. And so today, as you look back on voting, and then maybe later on in the year we have another opportunity in the general election to vote, let's ask ourselves the question, am I going into this voting booth with God's will in mind? And maybe you're someone that says, well, you know what? God's going to do whatever God's going to do. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you something, friends. Read the Bible. You'll find that it does matter. That you and I, we have a free will. And that God is certainly sovereign and on His throne. But at the same time, you and I can affect things in the here and now. And listen, I've been in leadership for over 30 years. I can tell you this, that my attitude is that I know I can affect things for the good. I know that if I apply myself and listen to God and follow after Him, I can affect the outcome of a lot of things in the church, in my family. But if I had an attitude that said, you know what, God's going to do whatever he's going to do, it really doesn't matter. Whoever's going to get elected, it really doesn't matter. If I had that mindset, then I don't know why I'm leading. I'd just fold up the tent. I wouldn't go through the aggravation that leadership sometimes brings to you, or the criticism. You know, it always finds us. But you and I, we do have a vote. We have an opportunity to cast a vote, and it does matter. And so my hope is that biblical conviction will rise to the top as you and I go and research candidates and platforms in different situations, but then also go into the voting booth and vote that way. Listen, good to come to you today on Living in Liberty with Peewee. It's been a little bit since I've been on here. It's been busy. We're new grandparents, Nikki and I. And so thank you for praying for us, for those of you that knew that. And good to see you on here. Hopefully I'll be putting out videos more often. If you like these videos, listen, just ring the bell and hit the like button or the thumbs up and let me know you like that. And I need some input. If I'm going to continue to do these videos, let me know that you like them, and I'll put those out as often as I can. Take care, and God bless. See you again.